Hello everyone, welcome to another show of Relentless Reviews. I'm your host, Joshua Englander. And today I'm going to be reviewing the Xbox 360 version of Battlefield 3. So, sorry PS3 users or PC users, you're out of luck. So, EA and developer DICE have had a lot invested in Battlefield 3. Does that investment pay off? How is the multiplayer? Can Battlefield 3 finally take the FPS crown away from the well-known Call of Duty franchise? Does it live up to the hype? But most importantly, is this the best shooter of the year so far? Well, let's check out the trailer.
All call signs listed. We on mission launch. Repeat, we on mission launch.
18 hours ago, I get a call from Homeland Security saying there's a Marine in detention I need to talk to.
Gentlemen, as you know, we're dealing with insurgents crossing over from Iran.
You want us to believe that there's a PLR threat and Solomon's at the head?
You're the quick reaction force, gentlemen. Trusting you to handle this.
The nuke is still out there. You can't just walk away from the threat.
Let's go find our Marines.
Get down on the ground! I said get down on the ground!
This is not a trial. You are guilty. I know how your fucking story is.
Alright, so here's my review. First of all, one of the biggest pluses for this game, without question, has to be the graphics and the audio, which are both amazing, especially with the sunlight and graphics. I mean, it's the most realistic sun rays you will ever see in a game. The graphics are incredible. The audio, the sounds of the weapons, like firing and the grenades, everything during the battle is absolutely incredible. And, you know, that's one of the huge reasons I think this game, to me, it really stands out in terms of a shooter. Not many people can get the audio and graphics very well. So, also, the online multiplayer is extremely addictive. We are talking even more addictive than Call of Duty, at least in my opinion. The fact is that Battlefield, yes, it has the ranking system like Call of Duty does. It has, you know, unlockable weapons. But the main difference for me is the multiplayer maps feel so much larger, and there's vehicles involved, like all kinds. You've got planes, you've got tanks, you've got jeeps. I mean, and you can have your friends, you can have squads coming together. You have great modes like Conquest and, you know, regular deathmatch. But the fact is that what really makes it stand out is just the large, as I mentioned, the size of the maps. It really makes you feel like you're in this huge, important battle, and you feel so powerful. You can do so much. There are classes like Engineer, Recon. I mean, it's just incredible. You can upgrade, depending on how well you do with tanks or jeeps or planes, you can upgrade when you use those. And the it's just amazing, and it's without question, I think, to me, the biggest reason to get this game. Also, the shooting mechanics feel great. The controls in general just are incredible. I think they're better than Call of Duty. They feel a lot smoother, more comfortable, and at least on an Xbox 360 controller. And the fact is that whether you're playing single player or multiplayer, it just feels really good in that you don't feel any frustration about perhaps the controls and how they respond and everything. It all is run very well. But this game is not completely perfect, of course. The single-player campaign, maybe not to a shock to most gamers, it's only 5 to 7 hours long. And the story, to be honest, is just really a bore. It's just, I'm really tired of these stupid cliched military stories. I know that they want to make something exciting, and it's hard to do that with a military shooter. But, you know, the plot is basically you're against this terrorist named Solomon, and he wants to nuke two cities in particular, Paris and New York. And you think to yourself when you're playing, where have I seen this before? Oh yeah, maybe Call of Duty 4, Modern Warfare 2, and so many other military shooters. They all are going through the same plots of story, and it's kind of boring after a while. I mean, it's cliched. The voice acting is good, but it doesn't save the story at all, honestly, and the single player in general just really is a disappointment. It could have been a lot better than what people were saying it would be. I really had high hopes for the single player to be good, but it did disappoint me, and that's, you know, this game. But luckily there is multiplayer. So overall, this game, I think it's not the perfect 10 I was hoping for. It was a big anticipation for me. I'm going to give it, though, a 9 out of 10 because of the online multiplayer. If you're someone who doesn't play online and only is a single-player person, do not get this game. You would only have the single player, and that's definitely not worth your $60. But if you're in for online multiplayer, especially on Xbox Live, since this is the Xbox 360 review, then definitely buy the game. It's worth it. You're going to love the multiplayer. It is fantastic. So that's another show of Relentless Reviews. I'm your host, Joshua Englander, and saying goodbye, everybody.